good. This is the last poem of the round, or the whole thing. This is me. It's weird introducing myself. Let's pretend. This guy is so amazing, it's really good. He's got an amazing sweater he put back on just for you. His name is Brendan McLeod. Won't y'all give it up, Brendan McLeod? And here's my poem. According to current Canadian legislation, to be an MP, member of the provincial legislature, judge, soldier, RCMP officer, member of the Canadian Bar, senator, lieutenant governor, or new Canadian, you must swear, or in cases of religions which forbid taking oaths, affirm and declare allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen is Canada's official head of state, representing the form of our Governor-General, who wields what is often termed symbolic power, by commissioning officers, receiving ambassadors, summoning and dissolving parliament, authorizing treaties, being commander-in-chief of our armed forces, and giving every single government bill the force of law. Which actually doesn't sound all that symbolic, which sounds like super powerful, right? And I get uneasy about one person having all that power. I mean, it's only one person. Everyone has their off days. My ex-girlfriend, very smart. She was doing her PhD. Still, she told me if she was stuck in a forest without hunting implements, she could beat up a cougar with her bare hands, employing a secret karate move which involved flipping open its mouth and punching it in the gums, at which point the cougar would go limp and die. So I drew her this picture of a woman with no hands. It's like, look, it's you trying to beat up a cougar. Which led to this huge fight like, you couldn't beat up a cougar. Yes, I could. No, you couldn't. Yes, I could. No, you couldn't. Yes, I could. You don't even love me anymore. So what if the Governor-General wakes up after a night like this feeling testy, evil, the sour taste of bad love in her throat, and there's a knock at the door like, Governor-General? What? Ah, there's this law here for you to sign? What law? Ah, you know, like Bill C-5, something about free childcare for everyone. Kids can't take care of themselves. Oh, look at me. I'm 3. I'm so hungry. I can't feed myself. Don't get me wrong, I think a position ensuring non-partisan, non-violent safeguard against bad governments and aimed at encouraging Canadian arts and culture, highly valuable. But it shouldn't come with all that kind of power, and it surely shouldn't be a representative of the British Queen. I mean, I think that's weird. I'm not even French or First Nations. If I was French, and someone was like, you know, it would show a commitment to being a full-fledged multicultural bilingual society? Establishing a head of state from England. I would slap them with my French fencing glove and be like, je ne freaking pense pas! You can trace this dilemma far back in history, but I think it's telling to examine our transfer to a sovereign country when our first PM, John A. Macdonald, fought to label us an empire, or a kingdom, in order to firmly establish our autonomy. Instead, we were branded the more toothless Dominion, after Psalm 72, verse 8, which states, they shall have dominion from sea to sea and from rivers unto the ends of the earth, which also worked itself into our motto, from sea to sea. I think we missed the boat by one psalm, because Psalm 72, verse 9 states, they shall bow before him, his enemies shall lick the dust. Can you imagine that on our coat of arms? Especially if we changed our name from Canada to one of the other names originally put forth, which included big burly names like Borealia, Albionaria, Hochelagia, Mesopelagia, Transatlantica, Tuponia, Superior, Asphasia, and my personal favorite, Ursulia, which literally means place of bears. Can you imagine what it would do to our national psyche if we hailed from the Empire of Bear, and our motto was our enemies shall lick the dust? We'd be like modern-day Spartans when we went abroad and someone from Russia was like, well, you might call yourself Empire of Bear, but we actually have largest bear population in world. I'd be like, yeah, that's some really great logic. For someone to sort of prostrate before me and lick the sweat from my muscle glands while I turn into fire. Which is all to say that symbols and metaphors matter. Up until 1965, this country still had a flag tacked with a Union Jack. 1965. It's like 2 days ago. My parents were 15 years old and making out on park benches by then. And if you think about that, and I want you to think about that, especially if you know my parents, it means they were already forming representations of their cities, their community, their country before this nation even had its own sovereign emblem, but still people were like, no, we can't get rid of the Queen. She's been around forever. You know what else has been around forever? Syphilis. Our future generations being born right now are still pledging allegiance to a woman who lives in a faraway land in a castle with princes. We're gonna grow up to be like, we have a political conflict with another country. I know, let's seek out the witch in the magical forest and put a hex on them. It's not a passive exercise making history every day. We should pledge allegiance to Canada. Not the Queen, not the beaver, not any kind of symbol, and passionately accept and advocate for nation states painted in broad, open brushstrokes, as opposed to those worked up with the stale tints of tradition. Wow, that was amazing. That was the best poem I've ever seen. Boy, and he's so handsome. I've never seen someone so handsome. He's the most handsome person I've ever seen. If I walked down the street, I would just die and be like, that was amazing. 1, 2, 3, up with your scores for that amazingly handsome Brendan McLeod. We have a 10, and a 10, and a 10. Timekeeper, are we okay for time?
Not at all.
Not at all. What do we do when we're bad for time?
You sick bastard! You're ruining it for everyone! But it was well worth it!
Oh, it was so worth it. It was totally worth it. How long did it go?
4:13.
4:13! The time penalty is like 700 points. That will make it difficult for the team to win. But I think it's okay. Can we have everybody on Reynolds' team and Vancouver team, and also Jen the Sacrifice, can we everybody come up on stage? So, again, the magical saying is that the points are not the point is poetry. I think that all of these guys did a great job of sharing their hearts and stuff with you, so we could, as an audience, just thank them for being awesome. So thank them very much. And your winner is your Reynolds secondary team. You guys have anything you'd like to say?
All today. You're really great.
Thanks, you guys too. It was really awesome. No, thank you for coming to kick our butts.
Yeah.
What's that?
Something just as nice as they said.
Yeah, okay. All right. We have, I think we have some time for, yes we do, we have like 5 minutes for, or something like that, for question and answer. So you can ask anything of like these poets who are like done a little more stuff, and then the emerging poets too. Like let's ask them question like, how do you do, what's your process, what's going on, how do I get a date, what's going on?